So with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4 being two of the biggest movies of all time, when it comes to the amount of stars you have to put in there, but also how much you're building up towards and what the payoff is, it stands to reason that there's going to be a few things in this movie that are probably going to be a little bit more complicated to do than any other previous Marvel film, but not just Marvel film, any Hollywood film really, considering how vast and big these franchises are and how you have to be careful with how you handle them. Well, that is no small task for Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, the two brothers who of course came up from doing comedy TV to directing Captain America the Winter Soldier, now going on to direct Avengers 3 and 4. And recently they got to sit down and talk about exactly what they knew some of the aspects were going to be of the MCU in these movies and post Avengers 4. And there is a rather interesting quote that I want to read here to you guys, and it says, and I quote, "I don't even think Marvel had any ideas about where they would go after 3 and 4. It's not an end for all the characters. It's an end for some of these characters. So some of these characters will go on. So it's more complicated. That's why it's not a clean ending." Okay, so that's rather interesting, because the clean ending to me sounds like there's definitely going to be a finale to a few characters, like deaths, and characters definitely ending their story arc that they began in their own solo movie, and that's it for them. Whether someone takes on the mantle like Captain America or something, or whether that spins out into a new Captain America trilogy or a new Iron Man trilogy, it doesn't seem like we know, but with the recent talk about multiverses and all that, I could definitely see this as a big possibility. But I find it particularly interesting how he says that Marvel didn't really know where they wanted many of these aspects to go after Avengers 3 and 4. We know that they're of course planning the future of the MCU with some new standalone movies and films like Captain Marvel sequels, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange, but they still have yet to figure out what exactly direction they want to take in a character like Bucky Barnes or the Falcon, or, to an extent Wasp. Is she going to get her own movie? Black Widow movie? We don't really know. So it seems like that's what a lot of the elements of this movie are going to be kind of building up towards and struggling with, and hopefully they can nail it, because I would love it if Avengers 4 was a finale for what we know and opens up the floodgates to a whole bunch of new stuff.